Engineering is a detailed study of engineering to the design, development and maintenance of software. Software engineering was introduced to address the issues of low-quality software projects. Problems arise when a software generally exceeds timelines, budgets, and reduced levels of quality. It ensures that the application is built consistently, correctly, on time and on budget and within requirements. The demand of software engineering also emerged to cater to the immense rate of change in user requirements and environment on which application is supposed to be working. Description: a software product is judged by how easily it can be used by the end user and the features it offers to the user. An application must score in the following areas. 1. Operational. This tells how good a software works on operations like budget, usability, efficiency, correctness, functionality, dependability, security and safety. 2. Transitional. Transitional is important when an application is shifted from one platform to another. So, portability, reusability and adaptability come in this area. 3. Maintenance. This specifies how good a software works in the changing environment. Modularity, maintainability, flexibility and scalability come in maintenance part. Software Development Lifecycle or SDLC is a series of stages in software engineering to develop proposed software application, such as 1. Communication 2. Requirement gathering 3. Feasibility study 4. System analysis 5. Software design 6. Coding 7. Testing 8. Integration 9. Implementation 10. Operations and maintenance 11. Disposition. Software engineering generally begins with the first step as a user request initiation for a specific task or an output. He submits his requirement to a service provider organization. The software development team segregates user requirement, system requirement and functional requirements. The requirement is collected by conducting interviews of a user, referring to a database, studying the existing system etc. After requirement gathering, the team analyzes if the software can be made to fulfill all the requirements of the user. The developer then decides a roadmap of his plan. System analysis also includes an understanding of software product limitations. As per the requirement and analysis, a software design is made. The implementation of software design starts in terms of writing program code in a suitable programming language. Software testing is done while coding by the developers and thorough testing is conducted by testing experts at various levels of code such as module testing, program testing, product testing, in-house testing and testing the product at users' engagement and feedback. Software engineers apply engineering principles and systematic methods to develop programs and operating data for computers. If you have ever asked yourself, what does a software engineer do? Note that daily tasks vary widely. Professionals confer with system programmers, analysts, and other engineers to extract pertinent information for designing systems, projecting capabilities, and determining performance interfaces. Computer software engineers also analyze user needs, provide consultation services to discuss design elements, and coordinate software installation. Designing software systems requires professionals to consider mathematical models and scientific analysis to project outcomes. The demand for high-performing computer software engineers continues to grow. According to projections from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, jobs for software developers should increase by 22% between 2019 and 2029, much faster than the national average. Computer software engineers can find employment in almost any industry. In fact, over 530,000 new computer and information technology jobs are projected to be added to the workforce, according to the BLS. Hard skills refers to practical, teachable competencies that an employee must develop to qualify for a particular position. Examples of hard skills for software engineers include learning to code with programming languages such as Java, SQL, and Python. Java. This programming language produces software on multiple platforms without the need for recompilation. The code runs on nearly all operating systems including Mac OS or Windows. Java uses syntax from C and C++ programming. Browser-operated programs facilitate GUI and object interaction from users. JavaScript. This scripting programming language allows users to perform complex tasks and is incorporated in most web pages. This language allows users to update content, animate images, operate multimedia, and store variables. JavaScript represents one of the web's three major technologies. SQL, also known as structured query language, SQL queries, updates, modifies, deletes, and inserts data. To achieve this, SQL uses a set number of commands. This computer language is standard for the manipulation of data and relational database management. Professionals use SQL to manage structured data where relationships between variables and entities exist. C++, regarded as an object-oriented, general-purpose programming language, C++ uses both low and high-level language. Given that virtually all computers contain C++, computer software engineers must understand this language. C++ encompasses most C programs without switching the source code line. C++ primarily manipulates text, numbers, and other computer-capable tasks. C#, initially developed for Microsoft, this highly expressive program language is more simple in comparison to other languages, yet it includes components of C++ and Java. Generic types and methods provide additional safety and increased performance. C# also allows professionals to define iteration behavior, while supporting encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. Python. This high-level programming language contains dynamic semantics, structures, typing, and binding that connect existing components. However, the Python syntax is easy to learn with no compilation stage involved, reducing program maintenance and enhancing productivity. Python also supports module and package use, which allows engineers to use the language for varying projects. Programming languages comprise a software engineer's bread and butter, with nearly as many options to explore as there are job possibilities. Examples include Ruby, an object-oriented language that works in blocks, Rust, which integrates with other languages for application development, PHP, a web development script that integrates with HTML, and Swift, which can program apps for all Apple products. Skills like knowledge of programming languages are essential. Software engineers must also consider which soft skills they may need to qualify for the position they seek. Soft skills include individual preferences and personality traits that demonstrate how an employee performs their duties and fits into a team. Communication. Whether reporting progress to a supervisor, explaining a product to a client, or coordinating with team members to work on the same product, software engineers must be adept at communicating via email, phone, and in-person meetings. Multitasking. Software development can require engineers to split attention across different modules of the same project, or switch easily between projects when working on a deadline or meeting team needs. Organization. To handle multiple projects through their various stages and keep track of details, software engineers must demonstrate a certain level of organization. Busy supervisors oversee entire teams and need to access information efficiently at a client's request. Attention to detail. Concentration plays a critical role for software engineers. They must troubleshoot coding issues and bugs as they arise, and keep track of a host of complex details surrounding multiple ongoing projects. Depending on the particular position, the daily responsibilities of a software engineer can vary. Software engineers may confer with clients or executives to begin the development of a project, designing programs to meet those expectations. They assemble charts and diagrams for visual representation of the software, writing code themselves in addition to supervising a team of programmers. They also run tests and fix issues that may occur with the programs they have designed. Can anyone be a software engineer? Software engineers typically hold a bachelor's degree or higher in computer engineering, software engineering, or computer science. Some employers require work experience. Is it hard to become a software engineer? The BLS projects that the need for software developers will increase by 21% from 2018 to 2028, far faster than the national average for all occupations. Software engineers and software developers can look forward to plentiful opportunities. How long does it take to become a software engineer? Most software engineers hold a bachelor's degree, which can take 4 years to obtain. Employers may seek software engineers with some experience as developers or in other coding capacities. What's the difference between a software engineer and software developer? While the positions share similarities and often work in tandem, software engineers analyze and design full software systems, while software developers lead and carry out the creation of the software itself. Engineers, however, often participate in software development. What do entry-level software engineers do? Entry-level software engineers may take on a variety of roles. Working with a team, they may focus on the back end of a piece of software and build the specific flow of code, or on the front end to ensure that the user interface stays consistent. They may also focus on quality assurance testing. Software engineer salary information. Salaries for software engineers can vary based on the industry, location, and the employee's years of experience. PayScale reports an average salary of $86,440 for software engineers. With significant experience, salaries can grow rapidly, with the average rising to $94,000 for those with 5 to 9 years of experience. While the BLS does not distinguish between software engineers and developers, reports for these occupations highlight particularly lucrative industries and states in the field. Software developers earn an average annual wage of $111,620. Silicon Valley's home state of California ranked highest in the nation for software developer salaries, with an average annual wage of $134,370 as of May 2019. Washington is next on the list, with an average annual salary of $131,870. New York ranks third, followed closely by Washington, D.C. and Maryland.